There are some antivirals, obviously, that do just help to treat symptoms. There are some that kill the virus out, right? So I think at this stage, anything would be helpful.
How is it that the Streptomyces will be looked at to see if they can help? So what's the process that's involved within that?
What we tend to do is, what we'll do is we'll take several of our strains and we'll grow them up in a media, things that they like to eat. And this media will also help trigger them to produce some of these antimicrobials, antivirals. And then what we will do is we will extract these from them, and then we will test them with Public Health England, who will then see whether or not they're potent against COVID-19.
How long will it be before we know if the Streptomyces will be able to help treat COVID-19 or the symptoms?
Well, this project is running for 6 months, so we will send about 40 compounds between Cyanetics and ourselves to Public Health England. And then hopefully we will know within a few months whether or not any of them work. If they do work, obviously then we'll pursue that, taking that forward, although they will have to go through rigorous screening, obviously, before we can let them loose on the public. But yeah, we hope to have an answer by the end of the year, hopefully.
We've teamed up with PHE, Public Health England, who are obviously testing quite a lot at the moment. And what we're going to be doing is in our lab, we'll be growing up the Streptomyces organisms. So that is basically like brewing. So like brewing beer. So you'll create a media and then you'll put the organism in, you'll nurture it, it will grow and it will do its thing. It will produce whatever it's going to produce. And then we have a number of analytical techniques where we can have a look at what it has produced. And then we'll do some chemical extraction work where you would use various chemicals to isolate those compounds, dry them, and then those samples will then be sent to Public Health England to test against the coronavirus.
How hopeful are you that this study does become a success? Of course, it's still in the infancy, the infant stages, but are you at the initial thoughts hopeful that you might be able to find something?
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful because we know one of them produces something which has been associated with activity against influenza in the past. So obviously it would be interesting to see if it has the same effect with the coronavirus. Obviously there's no promises there, but I mean the fact that there is some antiviral kind of activity potentially there already